We're getting ambushed by the DM.
We are always ambushed by the DM. That's his job.
There's that fleet coming through from like that we saw. It's like, oh
No,
shit!
Yeah.
Why are you reminding?
We got.
No,
No,
he
but the
knows.
countdown didn't go down though.
Yeah.
No, but
Oh
he
no,
knows.
you're talking about the ambush? Oh yeah, that's in his notes.
Yeah.
If his one notes is cooperating.
I should go into his OneNotes and be like, and they all live happily ever after.
I mean,
So it's my 12-month anniversary for subscribing on TTRPG Academy.
Wow, it was my 12 months 2 weeks ago. Where were you
Well,
when
it would
it
have been my
started?
12 months. It would have been my 12 months 2 weeks ago, except it's been like a day later and a day
And it's
later
not even my
and a
free
day
Twitch
later.
Prime one that you have. I'm using Zuck Bucks to buy my my
Zuck
subscription. Yeah, you know,
I use the free Prime one.
Zuckerberg is coming out with Zuck Bucks. It's gonna be new cryptocurrency.
Really.
no, that ain't true.
Zuck Bucks.
Say it ain't true. Say it
It,
ain't
it
true.
is. It is true.
Oh my god.
What a fucking idiot. Who's gonna buy Zuck Bucks?
Sounds so gross.
I know exactly who's gonna buy Zuck Bucks. Fucking boomers. The only people that are still on Facebook.
Hey, I'm on
Great.
Facebook. I'm not a
Oh.
boomer.
Mhm.
Gee, well, yeah, well, I'm still on MySpace, so
Oh boy.
MySpace. Yeah, but you
my
do
God, I
it
think I
purely
still
for
have my
historical
MySpace.
reasons, right?
yeah. So I just realized your Amazon thingy was active while watching a video where they're like, "Hey, you play this," and then freaking, I'm like, I hear it and play it again. It's like, okay, playing. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, oh, apparently it takes voice commands from a radio.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
I think who was it? Was it? I think it was Xbox. I think it was Xbox that was doing that in one of their commercials, so that if you actually had like the Xbox 360, freaking in the commercial was playing, it would basically turn your Xbox on. So that way it's like, dude, what? What the fuck, Joe?
Yeah, my my Alexa, I had to make sure that I had voice command ordering turned off.
I know, because you guys have Dropout, right?
What is that?
No? Oh no, I think Ches, you have Dropout. All right, Ches, you ignoring me now? That's cool, dude. I thought we just had a stronger friendship than that, but as soon as homeboy says I want to
Not
suck
even be in front of camera.
yo ass sweat. As soon as your friend says I want to drink your ass sweat directly from the cheeks, you don't want to talk to him no more. I mean, shit. If that's how delicate our friendship is, that's how delicate our friendship is.
He wants that booty juice. Wants that booty
See
juice.
if I ever want to tap your booty like it's a juice box again.
And on that note, oh my god.
What happened?
Just
What happened?
well, because there's so many underlying terms to that. Because Medi had that whole juice box when she turned the young child into a juice box, and
Aww.
Oh.
Yeah, it hit different when you got a kid, huh?
No,
I don't
I
know,
still went,
Sebastian-
oh, when she did that too.
I think Sebastian would be easier to put a straw in, for sure. Right
He's
behind the
pretty
back of the neck.
He's pretty plump.
Yeah, I like my preferred methods are like just right up the butt.
You're so gross, Jin. So gross. So
Okay,
happy
so
only with
you guys
consent.
know that the name of the kid that Medi ate was Travis Sebastian, right?
Yep. It was.
That's funny.
His daddy's
That- and
name
that
was
was
Wilhelm Sebastian.
Yep. And that's still very relevant to the story.
Oh, we
Very
should remember
relevant.
that. Well, I don't know.
That's
any
why I
of that.
wrote it down. Well, I also wrote it down because I was thinking that if I freaking took a break from Gatharn, I was going to come back as a freaking
As his dad.
Revenant.
As that.
No, as a Revenant. I was going to come back as a Revenant as Travis Sebastian. I was going to be an 8-year-old Revenant. to fuck with Shannon.
And if I was gonna take a break from Jin, I was gonna play his daddy. Looking for my son.
That'd be awesome. Gatharn and Jin would both play dead people. Well, not one of them's not dead, but what you know.
I trusted you. Why'd you kill me?
Well, to be fair, if I meant to, all I really did was just eat a little bit of your blood. I just couldn't control myself.
And then
remember,
you know,
she
because
didn't wake up. She didn't like wake up the following morning. She's like, "Oh fuck," because she rolled miserably on her charisma.
be funny, freaking little Travis Sebastian's following around like a Renfield.
Hey guys, we're on 29th. We're on our 29th session today. Holy crap. Holy crap. That is so cool. And I think Jin, when do you want us to take our break? When do you think? June?
You said June, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I was kind of doing a different brainstorm when I was so I was thinking, you know, still in the Greyhawk, but it's post whatever. Oh, what the heck? Why is this lifting? Oh, that's not good. Anyway, yeah, so still in the Greyhawk world, everything happened, but it's like 2,000 years afterwards. So there's like modern, like there's cars, but it's like artificed cars. So you turn on the fire sigil, it starts up the engine, stuff like that. And
so you're thinking like a steampunk Greyhawk.
Steampunk meets like arcane punk.
Like Final Fantasy VIII status.
Yeah. And you guys are going to be part of this
Gun swords.
like afterlife agency called the Ethereal Transitions Agency, and something funky has been going on in Greyhawk, so you guys are getting sent to investigate.
Let's be honest, there's always something funky going on in Greyhawk. That's like the base, you know, conversation.
Because you know, I don't want to deprive Callista of playing a cat lady.
Oh my god, she'd be like a tabaxi in a pantsuit.
Oh, it's not all
That'd be
human,
awesome.
all martial now?
No, it's everybody can play whatever they want. I've reworked the campaign.
Oh man.
So
I'm still playing a fucking human monk.
We're still playing. We're essentially going to be
no.
playing Bright.
I'm playing a rabbit.
A rat. Oh, I want to be a rabbit. I want to be a fawn satyr. I'm going to be like.
I want to be a
Ashley.
penguin.
All right.
Cool.
Anyway,
So
I mean, shit. Don't let nobody harsh your mellow. You know, you do whatever you want. You obviously, when your teachers told you could be whatever the hell you want, you're like, yes, I can. I've got D&D.
I'm gonna be a planet.
Yeah.
Oh,
I identify as a skinny person, so I am trans fat.
You're trans fat.
As a member of the fat community, fuck you.
As a leading member of the fat community, fuck both of you.
As the hierarchy of
Yeah.
fat people,
As the crown prince of the fat community.
y'all can go fuck
Right,
yourselves.
Go fuck yourself.
As the leading member of the Democratic
someone put that
Republic
in
of the
Twitch?
fat asses, fuck all of yes.
You gotta say, did someone put that in Twitch? Because yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like the reigning Hierophant.
Oh my god, that's hysterical.
Yeah, I failed my weight loss challenge at work. I gained weight.
Wait, don't you get extra points for that?
That's what I was saying. I was like, look, freaking, You guys were all losing weight. I was the only guy that gained weight. I should get like some financial compensation for this.
Makes sense to me, man.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry for this, everybody. But you know, we haven't seen each other for 2 weeks, so it's kind of important to get all the
Just always falls apart.
Yeah, it's a disaster. Brian, Mr. Weiss from RPG and Co. is running late today. If his family emergency doesn't take up too much of his time, he will be here shortly. So we are currently missing a Russian dwarf, technically Ukrainian dwarf,
Slavic,
our Slavic dwarf.
Yeah, we don't.
Which
we don't
he's
like
he's a lot of fun to listen to his character voices. But yeah, Sunday, Debtors Gambit. Monday is Pike's Promise. Tuesday, I think Titan's Revival is still on a seasonal break, but Tuesday night is Denizens and their Masters. Wednesday and Thursday and Friday tend to be world creation sessions. Saturday we'll be back with the Graying Lands over at the D&D Club. Friday we'll probably be chatting with Brian over at Lawfully Chaotic on Friday. And then Sunday, Debtors Gambit. I'm still super close to my other Sunday table getting full. I'm putting together some short campaigns for Friday. And whether or not Star Wars or Descendants will be back anytime soon, I don't know. But this group, we are only about a month and a half away from going on our break. We were just talking about how Jin will be running us through a Greyhawk adventure that will take place 2,000 years in the future. So that should be lots of fun. As long as I can be a pantsuit wearing Goliath, I will do my best.
I'm thinking like 1980s corporate New York vibe.
You're gonna base it.
Gordon Gekko.
Yeah, you're gonna base it off of like Wonder Woman 1980s.
No, fuck that movie.
Yeah, fuck Gal Gadot.
I don't know about these folks. It's a herding
So last
cats.
time we left off,
Chesray wants to get going because we're in pretty rough shape.
we're like 40 minutes behind. It was a pinnacle moment in the midst of battle.
No, it was at the end of combat.
We still have a rogue that we're fighting.
No, she went
No,
invisible.
she got away.
She went invisible as soon as the cannonade fire started.
Again?
Because Jin dispelled that invisibility, but she did escape. She like dimension doored or some shit.
Oh,
like that.
that's right. She DD'd. That was her last spell slot that she had left was Dimension Door to get the fuck out of there. So it's been a couple weeks. Welcome back, everybody. I'll take us back an extra week just to get us caught up. So Nicodranus seems to be suffering from the effects of Thorvald's plan. Not only has trade and the economy begun to suffer at the dissolution and the getting rid of all the different guild houses, including the main guild that Thorvald ran, and all the subsequent lesser guilds were under his control or influence, depending on your point of view. However, the team still spent some time in Nicodranus, went to the cartography location to gain more maps and some more information. Others had gone to the local inn to take a break and learn a little bit more there. Jin had gone to one of the local research facilities to learn a little bit more about the Leviathan and other information as well. But as the team began to do all this within the city, it became aware as they regathered on Storm's Eye, correct? Yeah, still the Storm's Eye. As they regathered on the Storm's Eye to either contemplate extensive repairs or the procurement of a new vessel, it was Jin, I believe, who scryed on somebody, and it was kind of made clear that Amonth was not dead. That an organization run by someone that went by the name of Wickham, who seemed to be under the influence of Thorvald and was convinced that they had finally found and was going to capture or kill Captain Omni per their orders. After that, a team was dispatched However, Jin felt compelled to try to recover Captain Raylene's corpse from her ship, which I don't think we ever resolved that. You weren't able to recover her corpse. And then Gatharn was beaten straight on the way back when he stumbled upon the edge of this party that was approaching the Restless Wharf and where the Storm's Eye was docked. Team then ensued and came into a battle of almost equal skill set. With one exception, this rogue just would not go down. She not only exhibited advanced skill sets, but seemed to be evenly matched with Omni as they fought back and forth, back and forth. It wasn't until the team, dispatching all of the other members of the other team, began to watch as off in the distance, roughly 50 warships had come into range of the Restless Wharf and began to launch a massive cannonade into the city. The female rogue quickly cast Dimension Door, getting out of there. Everybody is either in the water. I believe Jade is on the ship and was brought back to consciousness by either Nala or Brackish. Jin and Omni were nearby the ship, as well as good Lord, what's Brian's character's name again?
Grimholt.
Grimholt, as well as Grimholt, who had pulled himself out of the water on the collapsed gangway near the dock. Gatharn by far is the furthest one away, and my brain is mush, guys, so I apologize for the poor quality of my speech.
I had just gotten to the pier.
Yeah, you had just arrived to the pier. The ship was setting sail according to Captain Omni's wishes, and I believe it's only mid-morning or late afternoon at this mid-morning, right?
Mid-morning, yeah.
Yeah, it's only mid-morning when the battle ensued on the Storm's Eye and on the pier. Currently, huge cannonade shots are arcing over you and everybody else, landing within the city itself, exploding all around. No sign of the rogue. The other individuals have been left behind, but in the distance, Gatharn, since you're the furthest one out on your way to the Storm's Eye, there's at least 2 or 3 dozen more of Wickham's people now fast approaching the wharf area.
Yeah, I saw them when I grabbed the corpse of the archer dude that I killed.
So with that, Grimholt immediately begins swimming towards the vessel. A rope is thrown over the edge of it. He's now beginning his climb up the side. Jade, you come back to DJ, you come back to consciousness after I believe it was Brackish that aided you, and you're on the deck. Were you already?
Yeah.
Okay. The vessel is still making its way out into the harbor. I believe Omni, you're flying nearby, and Jen, you're on the pier, and you can see Gatharn coming towards you on the pier. What would you guys like to do?
Sorry, guys. Pardon me. I'm Sally in here. I will dive underneath the water and swim back towards Raylene's ship.
Okay. For those of you that can see Jin, he dives into the water, and you lose sight of him.
He tries to, but then his ring of water walking that he forgot to deactivate.
Like, turn it off. Stop it.
He just
and it's like a trick cartoon. Fucking, it's like all Looney Tunes. He's like, ha ha, oh fuck.
Fucking somebody hold this for me.
So I'm grabbing corpses.
You currently have one arcane archer on your shoulder from back over at the building. Standing on the pier for you, Gatharn, give me a perception check really quick. Jin, you're swimming towards Captain Raylene's vessel. DJ, what are you doing?
How close is Omni and Jin?
A couple hundred feet. The ship's had enough time to get away from the pier and start to move out. Now, you don't have the aid of the pilot ship, so somebody's got to steer this thing, or it could become a dangerous situation.
That's what freaking Clark has been doing.
I thought, yeah,
Clark's
I thought we had
steering
people
it,
here.
but he's not exactly a master navigator and master pilot, so he's doing the best he can.
I'm gonna go up to the steering wheel.
Okay.
And I'm going to make sure that the unconscious body is still there. The unconscious invisible body is still there.
It's visible now.
It's visible now.
Oh, visible?
Yeah,
okay.
it's near it's near the pilot's helm where Clark currently is, and
yeah, they have their foot on him.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to tell Ivory to watch that body, and I'm going to start. I'm not Ivory. Jade. Sorry, different game.
Wrong game.
I'm going to tell Jade. Wrong game. I'm going to tell Jade to watch that body, and then I'm going to help steer.
Jen, give me a perception check as you get a little bit closer to the vessel.
I got a 22 for mine.
Okay. Captain Omni, what are you doing?
Just while I'm still flying and I still have this ability, I'm picking up as many of the bodies and their gear as I can and dropping them off on the ship, knowing that these adversaries are, aside from the Lich, the most
the Lich
high class. Well,
yeah, the rogue.
She wasn't a Lich, but
no, the Lich that Medi encountered.
Aside
from that interaction, these are the most seemingly well trained and armed people that we've come across.
So, Gatharn, you can scoop up one more of the arcane archers. Omni, you have a choice between the bugbear barbarian or one of the other rogues, but you don't have enough time for both. But you can choose between the two.
Number 3, my lord. Number 3.
That was for you, Omni.
Oh,
Rogue barbarian.
I was gonna say, can I tie with them together and then just drag them through the water as I'm flying?
It's going to require a pretty high strength contest. The bugbear itself, he's almost 7 feet tall, 400 pounds.
Oh, that's why I was thinking about putting them in the water so that they're just bobbing, floating. No,
200 of that is just.
You mean like bait?
I mean,
that's how you catch big great white sharks. Sure.
I don't know what's in this water.
Jin's just biting him on the other end. Just.
You can take either or, but not both.
Okay, so if I'm remembering where everybody was, up at the top of the gangplank was where the two archers were. The berserker was down towards the bottom. The dragonborn was on the deck. The rogue was the one that disappeared, and then there was another rogue.
No, I meant the other arcane archer.
Yeah, so the other arcane archer.
So either the archer or the berserker.
Correct.
And I've got 2 archers currently.
Correct.
Gotcha. Was the berserker the one that the head was cut off?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they were wearing that amulet that kept popping them back up.
Yeah. Shit.
I got a 16 on my perception check.
Okay. You can see the front keel of Raylene's ship as you get closer and closer to it. And you kind of swim up to the side of it. And you're now kind of wading in the water with one hand on the keel.
I got gloves of spider climbing.
Okay, so start climbing up and out.
Real sexy. Right there.
As you climb up and out and over the edge, there's just the constant sound of cannon fire arcing over all of you. None of it is falling into the harbor. It's all falling up into the upper terraces of the city. You can now hear bells kind of going off. Warnings are going off. You can hear people screaming off in the distance. It seems to be focused on the interior of the city at this point.
It's the bells of Notre Dame.
Okay. I'm going to make my way towards Raylene.
I have that song stuck in my head now. Thanks, Brandon.
You're welcome.
It's a good one. I love that soundtrack.
Crawling over the rail, you head over to the main mast and using your spider climb, go up the main mast to one of the yard arms, and you're kind of just precariously walking out on the yard arm. she's hanging from a noose. Give me an investigation check as you kind of examine her.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
That's good.
21.
21. There is a hole in her chest where her heart used to be, and it looks like something's been pulled out of her teeth.
There's an icebox where my heart used. Any Omarion fans out there? I'll cut her body down anyway.
You just kind of... Are you carrying her down or let her fall?
Hell no, I'm weak. I just let her fall down.
Yeah.
I'll drag her over the boat.
Onto the deck of the ship, and then you're getting her ready to bring her back over to the Storm's Eye, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So, DJ, what are you doing again? You're helping out Clark at this point?
Yeah, helping steer the ship.
Okay.
I have a background as a sailor, so I would...
Give me sleight of hand with advantage just to see how well you truss up the unconscious Dragonborn. Because he was stabilized by, I think, Nala at some point, per Captain Omni's wishes.
Coup de grace. Okay.
That's also how I feel about Captain Omni.
Coup de grace. Okay. Sleight of hand to truss him up. I got a 19.
Okay.
Glad I had
a little BDSM
advantage. Glad I had advantage because one was a 1 and one was a 17.
So, Omni, which one are you shuttling back to the ship? The Bugbear or the other Arcane Archer?
That was the Barbarian.
Or the Barbarian?
The Bugbear is a Barbarian.
Right.
Yeah, the Bugbear Barbarian.
I'm just wondering if Omni can hear me because he's been standing
Archer.
perfectly still for 5 minutes.
You picked the Archer?
Yeah. The Archer?
Yeah, he said the Archer.
Okay.
So 2 Archers.
So with that, Omni, you get the Arcane Archer over. Jen, you've got Captain Raylene's body trussed up and you're swimming back over to the Storm's Eye. DJ, you're kind of helping Clark out. Gatharn, you're standing on the pier. Grimholt crawls onto the surface of the ship. The ship's now about 300 feet out into the harbor, and you're still on the pier. Everybody else seems to be gone.
Is there a rowboat?
Give me perception. Well, with that previous perception, you can see 2 tandems are kind of like attached to the right side of the pier.
All right, then I'm gonna throw the body into one of them.
Okay.
And jump down and start rowing.
Okay. So you have 2 bodies and yourself, correct?
Yeah, I've got both the archers and then myself.
Give me a strength check really quick just to see how efficiently you can manage this tandem.
Can I fly back and help him row?
If you want, sure.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? I mean, he's making good time. By the time you put the archer on the deck of the ship...
I mean, if there's time to put a Bugbear in the boat and we could both row him back.
I mean, you could certainly try if you want to. The problem you have with the Bugbears is size and mass. He's going to challenge you at the athletic level. I mean, it's going to be challenging for you to haul his ass out of there. But you could try.
I'm down, Gatharn. If I have a +5 to athletics, but I'm sure your strength
We've got like 40
higher.
dudes coming up on our ass. I was just going to sink this other tandem and get the fuck out of here.
And like, I'm imagining Omni's dropped off the archer, flown back and is hovering above you, Gatharn. As the 2 of you are having this conversation, you look back at the pier. You can see the beginning like echelon of like 24 of those forces appearing along the pier and the border walk onto the pier. So they're relatively close at this point. Jen, you make it to the Storm's Eye. There's at least 6 ropes dangling from the edge. So between the rope and yourself with the spider climb, you start hauling yourself up towards the deck of the Storm's Eye.
Rebecca, come here. Lift up the body. I'm tired. Or whatever your name is. I don't care. Just lift the body up. I don't care what your name is. I really don't.
I can't tell.
Really, just shut the fuck up and just pick this
one's
body
dead.
up.
Which one's dead? You or the body?
And I walk over to the helm.
So you're heading up towards the helm's deck where you can see DJ has completely trussed up the Dragonborn. Gatharn and Omni are still out there trying to figure out what to do next.
You're already near. I've already dropped like both bodies into the freaking one of the tandems, and I was getting ready to sink the other one.
Okay,
go ahead and do that.
Yeah, he gives you permission, Gatharn.
It's not a huge effort for you, Gatharn. You just take your hammer and punch a hole in it, and it's already starting to sink.
Are we
you want me to grab that other dude?
Where the bugbear was decapitated?
Say that again?
Are we near where the bugbear was decapitated?
Well, Gatharn had put a hole in the tandem, got in the tandem, started to push off and away. You've flown back. I'd say between the two of you, you're about 50 feet away from where the bugbear is. And I would say that the oncoming reinforcements are maybe 150 to 200 feet away. It'll be tight. You might be able to pull it off, but...
I was just thinking about possibly diving under the water to see if that amulet that he was wearing had fallen off when his head was removed from his body.
Give me perception. You're close enough. Give me perception from where you are to see if you can locate anything on his body from this current distance.
That's persuasion, not perception. 19.
There's definitely a piece of jewelry lying alongside his body, like it had fallen off of his neck under the ground. And you could see that his weapon that he was using was kind of half underneath his corpse, like half underneath his arm and his lower leg. That's pretty much all you can see from the distance.
What I can't remember off the top of my head. What weapon was he using? Did he have like a maul or a mace?
He was using an axe.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Actually, he was using 2 hand axes, one in each hand.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gatharn, you go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go check real quick, and I'll be back to help pull or something along the lines of assisting, if rowing or pulling.
With DJ and Jen on deck, the two of you go ahead and give me perception checks really quick.
8.
Okay.
10.
Yeah, champions.
This is what I say. Good to know.
Champions of perception here. Everything's fine. Go ahead, crew. You're doing well.
They're like, all right, everybody's here.
That's right. I just rolled for brackish and Nala. They didn't do much better.
They're like, all right, everyone's accounted for.
Let's roll for Brian.
If you have his character sheet, you can go ahead and roll for him. I don't have it.
Grimhold, this is the last time I tell you, as a junior member of the crew, you sit down and you shut up and you watch how it's done.
Roll the natural 17. I don't know what his perception is.
Natural 17 will do it. You guys, for DJ and Jin, you hear Grimhold yell out and point off to the starboard side of the keel. There's at least 5 fast-moving vessels making a beeline for the Storm's Eye.
Oh boy, I'm a little tapped out here, DJ. I'm gonna.
And as you look over, they kind of pivot. They're a good 1,000 feet off the starboard keel, but as they turn and pivot in to make a sharp turn,
they shart themselves.
There's brown in the water.
Fucking hate you guys. I am so blasted from working on the range.
Yes,
as they
turn, you're sharting yourself.
As they turn, a cannonade barrage comes out in the direction of the Storm's Eye. DJ, you're closest to the helm's deck if you want to help with this.
Well,
but they're arcing and coming towards the Storm's Eye.
Okay. Well, I will try evasive maneuvers.
So you and Clark kind of quickly come over the helm. Give me sleight of hand for you with advantage because Clark is helping.
Sleight of hand.
It's shake and bake, and I help.
I got a 16.
Nice. That'll be good enough for the two of you to kind of haul it over, and it pivots in the wind. And because of the distance from the shot, it gives you that gap that you need. And you watch as all 24 rounds just crash into the water right behind the Storm's Eye.
4 rounds.
24 rounds.
This guy's trying to kill us.
Wow. 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 Jin, we need
Okay,
everybody
Owen
on the
Wilson.
boat.
What?
Jin, we need everybody on the boat. We gotta get
Everybody's on the boat, man. Everybody
Boats
is
and
on.
hoes.
Everybody is on the boat. Watch, Captain.
Boats and
Oh.
hoes. Boats and hoes.
Usually you'd hear annoying screeching coming.
Right. We
Right,
need everybody
that's
on
a
the boat.
problem.
Annoying screeching.
You see, Jin starts to limp
I'm
off
gonna-
towards the side, and
Wait,
he's
before
limping
he
off, he
leaves
pops
me-
his hip back in.
Before he leaves me, I'm gonna touch him and heal him.
Don't touch me. Bad
Sorry,
touching.
I did it
Bad
before you-
touching.
I did it before you slapped me.
So Omni and Gatharin back over by the pier, you could just hear the explosions and the eruption of the water as you now watch the ship the Storm's Eye is a good 500 feet away from you now as it's catching full sail and getting out into the harbor. It's getting faster away from you as you two kind of linger near the pier.
Oh no! As soon as I
21.
got the bodies in, I saw
You?
Omni flying. I was moving.
Okay, so you're rowing.
I'm not
Towards-
waiting for Omni. The bitch is flying. He said, "Get to the ship," so I'm doing that.
Fair enough. I'd say you're about 250 feet out then, Gatharin, from the ship.
Yeah, I'm just like full on like.
Give me a con save just to maintain your strength, your endurance.
That's a 28. Yeah,
Okay,
28.
so yeah, you're huffing and puffing. I mean, you're pushing as hard and as fast as you possibly can. Omni, what are you doing?
Getting over to the bugbear body.
You get over to it. You're now hovering over it.
Yeah, looking for. The
You watch
amulet and
as
stuff
4
and-
arrows stick into the pier around you. They're pretty long off. The shots were pretty kind of. They attempted, but they're pretty
They
out of
shot
range.
with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much.
grabbing as much shit as I can.
Okay. Grab both hand axes. You can see the amulet laying off to the side. You grab that. And he's wearing a belt with pouches on it and
grab that.
And what looks to be a backpack of sorts.
All of it.
Yeah.
I'll
Does
put
he
all of
have
the things
a
in the
deck of
backpack.
cards.
I look specifically at an inner vest pocket for a deck
Holy
of
shit.
cards.
4 more arrows stick around the pier as you gather up the last of the gear.
Captain, stop being greedy. We're leaving. I'll be the new captain.
I can't roll or shit. 4 more arrows.
I'll be the new
Alright.
captain.
And now
DJ,
you
I'm
can
the new
hear-
captain. You can be my first
Now
mate.
you can hear booted feet
Okay.
as at least 6 heavily armed individuals are now running down the pier towards your direction as you pick up the last of the bugbear's equipment.
Beautiful. I get the heck out of there. I'm going to drop down into the water and changeling shapeshift into my Triton form and go down and swim to the boat. That way I'm not getting fired upon.
Just as you breach the water, 26. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Okay. 12 points of piercing damage from an arrow.
Howie.
Just as you breach the water, you're now underneath the water. You can see arrows as soon as they hit the water, they go sideways, or the fletchings kind of come undone as they're desperately trying to find you.
Point
In the
of
water.
order. Do I turn into a Triton form prior to hitting the water? Like,
That's your call.
because I had said the things, and then like, at what point do I get hit with an arrow?
I would
Does
say
it
right
matters?
before.
As you're transforming.
So as I'm on the dock or as I'm in the water?
As you're about to breach the water.
Just as
Okay.
the other
You
side
dove-
of your
you
just as
dove
the other
in.
side of your wiener was gonna turn into a trident. It was like half trident, half elf, and then you got hit by the arrow. Yeah, the body was coming, west to east, and
Like your leg was turning into flippers, and all of a sudden.
If you want,
arrows
you
were-
can actually carry it over and say that your previous form took half, and then your new form took the other half. If you want to, if it matters, I don't know.
No, I'm just trying to see at at what point if I was going down, but I hadn't.
Let me ask you a question there, Omni. Let's say figuratively, if you did go down, do changelings go to their original OG changeling form when they go unconscious?
They're supposed to.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Well, not if they're unconscious. If they die, like if they fail death saves and they're dead.
Only way to see Omni's true face is to kill him.
Yes.
Mutiny? Mutiny, anybody?
Or just be somebody
May I interest you in a mutiny?
Trust explicitly.
No, that's okay. I think I'd rather just murder you in your
So
sleep.
you said 12 points of piercing damage?
Correct.
Oh, he's almost done.
Gatharn, give me one more con save to make sure you don't get a point of exhaustion because you're hoofing it. You're rowing this boat about as hard as you can row a boat.
Okay, then good, because I rolled a natural 20 for 30.
Okay. Ooh. You feel the tandem slam into the side of the Storm's Eye. I would say Clark and the others saw you approaching, so they pivoted the vessel in a way to kind of give you a little bit more time and a little bit more ability to catch up to the Storm's Eye. So you now are alongside it. There's at least half a dozen ropes dangling.
This is Captain Jin speaking. Who's this over the side of the boat?
And every now and then you can see just kind of gouts of water as cannon shots are falling short of the Storm's Eye currently.
Oh, it's the first mate, Gatharn. Come on. Come aboard, Gatharn.
What?
Oh, yeah, the captain's dead. I tried to convince him to come along, but he hasn't moved a muscle.
At that point, Ami just lands on the deck of the ship.
The captain's back. Oh joy. Just kidding, guys. Captain's back. Everybody,
we still have like the mooring for our tandem, right?
Mostly the ropes that are hanging were cut free to help get the ship away from the pier. None of the moorings were set for any of the tandems or anything. Right, so, it's either abandon the tandem and save everything that you've brought, or try to salvage the tandem if you want, but it's going to be rough because you guys are currently under fire.
No, I didn't know if we still had our tandem attached to the boat or not.
Oh, yeah, your tandems are still there. This is just a random tandem you found in the pier.
So, yeah, I'm stringing up corpses and freaking...
Okay, we'll take some time.
Abandoning the boat.
Yeah, there was nothing of import in the boat. It just looked like a standard fishing tandem, right?
You could take the time to investigate it if you want.
Fuck, now we're getting shot at. Okay. I don't care. Freaking, I now have like a bow slung over my shoulder with an empty quiver at my side, and freaking my hammer's also on. And while I'm freaking grabbing one dude and tying the other guy to the freaking one of the ropes.
Give me a final athletics check as you're making all this happen.
Okay. Ooh,
Omni, you breach the water near the Storm's Eye. Jin and DJ and Grimholt up on the main deck. It seems that last maneuver put you out in front of the 6 vessels that now seem to be drifting away towards the docking areas further away from you. Other clumps of vessels seem to be approaching the coastline. At this point, no one seems to be taking a particular interest in the Storm's Eye. They're just
good. Let's get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah, just under the barrage of cannonade that's landing into the interior of the city. I would say at some point, as the 5 of you gather up on the main deck, just give me one last perception check to see what you can kind of figure out what these other ships are doing.
Dirty 20.
Okay. 18.
Okay.
Yeah, 18.
Man. 16.
And then 25 for my athletics.
Okay. Ooh, that's good. You're on deck with no problem there. Omni?
21 perception.
Yeah. So,
and roll for Grim. We'll just not add a bonus.
It's up to you guys.
11.
11.
7.
So between the 4 of you, you realize that all the vessels making their way towards the Restless Wharf, the docks, the piers, and the interior, the coastline of the city, are just teeming with bodies. Just dozens and dozens of very heavily equipped individuals, brace of with pistols, cutlasses. You're also noticing for the first time pirate flags kind of waving off the main masts. and you notice that it's Thorvald's emblem, but now there's where the skull, crossbones, and Thorvald's guild representation would be behind it. Centered on the flag is a massive Leviathan tentacle that kind of makes up the background of the flag as well.
It's the Leviathan.
I mean, it might be. I don't know. What's a Leviathan?
So,
Sea creature.
Jason, just making sure I wrote the things down correctly. You said 2 hand axes, his amulet, the belt with pouches, a backpack that was full of stuff, and that was it. There were no other items.
Yep.
Okay. I'll go ahead and take that stuff, put it in Captain's
Remember,
quarters.
you have a crew. They could do almost all that work for you.
Yeah. Have them put it in the
point.
captain's
You are a
quarters.
captain.
Good point. Good point.
I mean, Curtin and Clark and DJ are up at the helm. Jin is on deck. Gatharn and Jin and Grimhold are pulling the last of the corpses out of the tandem.
I was
up
just
on
gonna
the
say,
deck.
if I see them doing
Yeah.
that, I'll help them get the bodies out, and then just put the stuff with the bodies,
Get the bodies on the floor. Get the
Yeah.
bodies on the floor.
and yeah, start rolling them, I guess, and or actually, I guess at this point,
Oh, we can roll them later. Let's just get out of here.
I
No.
start loading our cannon with freaking chain shot to take out mass.
Okay.
it looks like they're ignoring us at this point. So if we can set
Let's
a course,
Put the bodies in the cannons and shoot the bodies at the other ships.
That's rough.
Who hurt you as a child?
My God. Jeez, I lost my train of thought after that.
I know,
one.
right? There are no survivors on that
Holy
train.
crap. The box that we got that was going to be a potential shipping mission for us for the magic shop.
I believe Grim has that.
Yeah,
Yep,
if we
Grim
can
has it.
figure out a course, calculate the
Port
course that
Zune, right?
direction.
Checking. Yes, deliver it to Port Zune.
Okay.
Start plotting a course for that and get heading out.
Okay.
Get head and head out. Got it.
Yeah, sounds good. Get her good. Get her good. Good. Get her.
So
good,
say
done,
for
good.
brevity's
Yeah.
purposes, the next hour
We got
is
head.
essentially assigning tasks to the crew, getting the bodies stored away. Currently, the only one still alive is the Dragonborn, as he is put into the brig by the crew as well.
After he's stripped.
Yeah, he's basically just got a simple tunic on, and
No,
that's
we
pretty
just
much
leave him a
it.
loincloth. That's
His-
it.
Hands
Just the
bound.
loincloth.
Yeah, his hands are bound.
Behind his
Nala
back.
and Brackish have
Gagged.
anti-magic gags, so he is unable to do verbal.
It's just a red ball
and-
gag.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's
Can't do
that's
verbal. Can't
adorable.
do somatic.
Correct. So he's
Yeah.
stowed down in the brig. An hour passes after you guys get out of the Restless Wharf,
Short
and
rest?
you're. Yeah, I'm okay with it being a short rest by now. If you want to take a
Hey.
quick short rest.
Ooh, short
I'd
rest,
also
yes.
say it goes from being mid-morning to
Use
afternoon
all my hit die.
at this point.
Yeah, let me burn a couple hit dice.
With the crew on
Don't need
watch,
to.
there does not seem to be any sign of pursuit. But the sounds of the fight that's going on with the Nicodranus lingers until it's out of the horizon as you're on your way towards Port Zune. Omni, go ahead and give me a survival check with advantage because you do have charts. As you chart that course.
Did we
let me
ever
just
accept
make
that
sure.
job?
We
That's
did
what we're
accept the
doing
job.
right now.
Okay.
You said survival?
Correct.
And they need the thing within a week. The box
18.
has to be at Port Zune.
It is a northeast course setting along the shoreline. You have two options. You can either stay close to the shoreline and avoid the shoals in the immediate area, or you can go further out and then go northeast towards Port Zune. Further out is safer from a standpoint of according to the charts, but that'll add 2 days to a 3-day trip. If you stay along the coastline and take the risk of the shoals, it's only a 2-day trip up to Port Zoo.
And we have to be there within
A week.
4 days? A week?
Well, a week from when we accepted.
Yeah, which would have been yesterday.
Is there anything else along that path, port-wise or town-wise, that might be advantageous to stop by?
Let me see. No, I mean, it is littered with like very small fishing communities along the edge, but there are no named communities along there that would be able to either give safety to the vessel of your size, provide a pier or a dock or any kind of repairs. It's mostly very small hamlets, communities along the shore.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we want to get that done as quickly as possible. And maybe then on our way back, instead of going into town, we can do a little scouting or see if what the condition is after being gone for a couple of days, what happens.
Okay. Your call. I mean, it's only, it's midday. There's no pursuit. As far as you know, the battle's been left behind you. The crew is a pretty well-oiled machine at this point. They've been with you guys for a decent amount of time, and most of the repairs were made. Not all. So the ship is still kind of suffering some minor damage that hasn't been dealt with yet.
Emotion. So, Jin, you brought Raylene's body back on the ship?
Yeah. Yeah, Gatharnit's right there. I don't know. I guess I said Rebecca to pull her out.
What's with the naked lizard?
He's in a loincloth in the brig.
Yeah, but from this angle, he's kind of just spread eagle. You guys didn't really. So
he asked for it. I mean, that's how he wanted to be kept. I mean, it.
I didn't realize.
Look, I just missed a lot. Freaking.
Oh, do you have my sword?
Hold on, let me check this dude's body. I think it stuck in there. I'm like ripping open.
Like, that's very special to me. It was a family heirloom.
Well, then you shouldn't have left it in a body.
I trusted you.
Look, it's not here. I'm like opening up the dude's chest cavity.
Are you sure?
It's not in there.
And I go and I put my hand in his pocket or his kilt, like in the wrappings, and then it. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Yeah, see, I always believed in you.
You're not sure which is which.
So looking through all of the equipment from all of the dead bodies, what do we find? What has been gathered from all of them? Because
and I would say you have enough time to the point where, the crew kind of takes care of a lot of the basics of the activity.
Yes. Thralls, go ahead and do your work.
Okay.
I regret this deeply. So a couple things.
I'm still trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah, I mean, you were pretty much late to the fight.
I come back, there's just corpses. You guys are beat the fuck up.
Hey, I think
there's a naked lizard.
Okay, you want the quick one or the long story?
Dude, I just want to know what the hell's going on here.
Okay, people came here. We took care of the really big bad guy.
I know that. We saw them come in here. But I mean, how did they fuck you guys up so bad?
No,
There's like
the clowns here couldn't handle their business, so I had to go join them and leave my trusted friend behind. Right? And then, but to be fair, these were some nasty clowns they sent on board.
To be fair, weren't the two of you fighting one person?
No, it was at least a dozen.
While the rest of us were fighting 6?
It was like 2 on 12. So, and you had the entire crew, right? Like 12 other people on here?
They were all doing the ship
Under whose
stuff.
orders? Your orders? They seem like bad orders now, don't they?
They're the
Really?
only
'Cause
reason
we
why
got
we got
away.
out of here at that
Yeah, because I
time.
came back to save
The
you.
right time.
So sad.
Like, yeah, I fought one dude. He
How do you
didn't
feel,
scratch
Grimhold?
me.
Yeah, that's right. He's strong silent type.
You really
Well,
got to work out
So
your
that
your,
the naked
your
lizard
attitude.
did. We can.
You have an attitude problem. I don't even have a position on the boat. You know, I'm walking off.
Okay.
I thought we'd want to question him.
That's right, huh? I come back. I slap him.
Well, let's
We're not
let's
in the
do
brig
loot
right now.
and then
But we can kill him after we question him.
I slap
Right.
Omni. No, I'm just
There
kidding. I go full throttle, but then get to his face and I just no. I'm not trying to hit you.
well, totally out of character above
I don't
game.
know what's worse,
If
being
Raylene,
caressed or slapped.
if Raylene,
I'll
out
let
of
you
character-
decide, baby.
out of character,
Go
above
ahead,
game.
DJ.
If Raylene, needs blood to come back if she can. I mean, the Dragonborn's got blood.
Yeah, what? Just slit his throat over the giant cavity that's missing in her chest. See if it's
That's
like
what I'm gonna do.
I don't know how,
you're the
I don't
cleric.
know how vampires
You're the
work, but that's
cleric.
what I'm
You
gonna
tell
do.
me
I'm
how
not
this
familiar
works.
with vampires. No, out of character. Callista is not familiar with vampires and how they
Oh,
work.
your name's
Sure,
Callista now,
whatever.
DJ? Which one is it? I told you,
Well, if
Captain.
you're going
How
with
many
the
times that we let strangers
underworld
on this
form
ship?
of vampires, if you're going with the underworld form of vampires, blood connecting or contacting them, they absorb it, and then that's
Will they grow back parts though?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, huh. Okay, so back in game.
But what about the blade
yeah,
version?
so
I think
loot.
we're going with
In the blade
Marvel's.
version,
They grow back. They
do.
grow back
They
parts
grow-
in
grow
the blade
limbs back,
version. Yeah.
And they can.
Remember
have
the guy that
sex.
got his hand cut off by Wesley Snipes' sword? His hand grew back. And then he
You
got
know
his hand
that
cut off
actor? I
again.
always get
And the
confused
sword
from the
all by
Uncle
itself.
Joey from Full House. I don't know why they look the same to me.
Dave Coulier and freaking
Similar.
Donald Lowe.
John.
Yeah.
John's- oh, Uncle Joey.
Yeah.
Joey, yeah, Uncle Joey.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Anywho,
So all the things
loot,
we got.
and then all the things we got, loot, and then we can,
Interview.
torture
Interrogate. interview.
I mean, interview the Dragonborn.
All right, who's gonna be the good cop? I'll be good cop. Who wants to be bad cop?
I'm already
Alright.
dousing the freaking Dragonborn's face with water.
I'm glad it was water this time, Betharn.
So you're waterboarding the dragon?
Yeah, I just took a bucket of seawater and wake up, bitch.
Oh,
He's, for those paying attention, he's down in the brig.
Yes.
I know that's where I went down to.
Oh,
You're
gotcha.
good, Darn.
He's
That's
awake.
why I was
He's not
asking
asleep.
what's going on with that guy. Can I go
Yeah.
kill him? And then you
He's
guys were
awake.
interrogating. I want to make sure we get the answers out of him. Then
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill him.
have you guys seen Betharn?
I think he went down to the brig. So let's identify this loot if we can.
Betharn. You guys are good too loot hungry, man. I'm here for the story, and I want to go
I
torture
lost
a dude.
my weapon in that fight.
Whose fault was that? You freaking
I need
Butterfingers.
another weapon.
Captain Butterfingers from now on.
What weapon did you lose?
I think it was a +2 short
Plus
sword.
2 short sword, yeah.
Yeah, that was harsh. So collectively,
Who's gonna make it a full action to try and pick it up? I was like,
Um,
nope, I will use my dagger.
Nala brings
That
you
was
a
expensive.
list of items that were collected.
Okay.
Gatharn, you're heading down to the brig to
Yep, with a bucket of seawater.
to have a chat with the Dragonborn. DJ, you're over with Omni. Grimholt is busy with the crew. Jin, what are you going to be doing?
As soon as I noticed Betharn was gone, I'd try to follow him.
Okay, so you follow Gatharn down to the brig. Omni and DJ. Nala brings over all the equipment that was gathered and has it all listed out for you. 3 arcane archer bows. They all look
Two.
massive.
I
Oh,
never.
that's right.
I
That's
still
right.
have one of them.
You kept the one, so 2.
And a quiver.
They appear to be master crafted, and they appear to potentially be magical. There's the 2 hand axes that Omni retrieved. There are 2 long swords that appear to be master crafted. The Dragonborn was wearing 3 rings. There is the Bugbear's amulet. There's an assortment of about 7 potions. There used to be more. Both quivers that the arcane archers were using appear to be master crafted and possibly magical as well. 2 daggers. Let me check my notes. I think that might be it.
What about their belts?
And the equivalent of the following wealth in coin. Total gathered 862 gold.
Damn.
151 platinum.
Damn.
And 226 silver.
Damn.
And that would be the equivalent of like jewelry, gems, and just like general wealth that they would have had on them.
Okay. What about the belts? That belt pouch and the backpack, was that
full of equipment and just like standard goods, nothing major.
All the weapons
the
are
belt with the little pouch
masterwork,
on
right?
it wasn't magic.
It wasn't like a what's it called?
No, I think
Components.
the rogue was wearing a magic girdle, but she made off and.
We've checked. None of them are wearing jeweled butt plugs.
Cathart, as you get to the bottom of the sloop, it's not a very sophisticated brig. It's one spare room, that's available down in the limited amount of hull space. It's got the heavy iron gates on it with just a simple iron door that can be opened. It's fully open and exposed, and slouched in the corner, conscious with heavily bruised and lacerated features, wearing virtually nothing except for the anti-magic device. The Dragonborn.
What color?
Brass and red.
Ooh.
So they do fire, right?
Well, brass can do lightning, and red can do fire. That would be your common knowledge of that.
Plasma. He's shooting plasma.
I shoot magma. Hot magma.
Your wealth you found is $1 million. 1 million Zuck bucks. Buy now for the low price of $1 real dollar.
Gatharn, as you arrive at the brig, not more than a minute or so behind you, Jin arrives as well. The two of you are in the brig space, staring at the Dragonborn. Kind of.
Hi, buddy. What you doing?
Well, we need answers, and they won't let me kill this guy until we get answers. So I came down for answers.
All right, I want to see you. I want to see you work. Are you going to be the bad cop, or I'm going to be the bad cop? Or you just want to be both bad?
I think we should just both be bad. I already said we're going to kill him within earshot. Dude, you're
hey, we're going to kill you. Yeah, we're going to fucking cut you up. The little itty pieces.
Do I take my time killing you?
Or do we make it quick?
Give me intimidation as you have this conversation in front of them. Murder hobos.
Oh, each roll one? I guess that's the best.
Oh, natural 20, so I got a 19.
I got a 5, so I got a 14.
He seems very passive and unconvinced that what you're saying matters.
You know, I get really bothered when there's no reaction. I feel like I'm trying to put on a performance. It's a little bit for me. It's more for him, you know. And he's just not there react. Yeah. Oh, you really want to cut this guy up?
Have you ever known me to lie?
I thought you were just trying to do a joke, and maybe that was like maybe a way.
I never joke about killing someone.
I look at the Dragonborn like, dude, that's gonna be rough, man. Have you ever seen this guy kill somebody? No, he wasn't even in the fight.
I will say this much as a freebie: he's gagged. So if you want him to talk,
no, I can see that you're gagged. I just don't want you to speak right now.
You just haven't had like the chance to like freaking take the gag off.
This is just a rhetorical like question. Shut the fuck up.
He's definitely got that look of annoyance on his face.
Good, it's working. Now, if you want me to be quiet, you answer our questions, and I'll be as silent as a dormouse. And now, is that a mouse that waits by the door?
Dormice aren't that quiet.
DJ?
And then I also tell the Dragonborn, and then by the way, you breathe on me wrong, I'm just gonna break all your teeth.
Okay, so on the count of 3, I'm removing the gag. Be cool. 1, 2.
And I got the bucket of seawater.
Thank you. Neither of you are very good at this, are you?
No, not really. It's actually my first day on the job. I guess got hired.
Honestly, I don't even know what they kind of want to ask you. They just said they wanted answers. I could give a rat's ass. I need your blood.
You need my blood. What for?
Well, it's frowned upon to kill crew members to try and resurrect someone. You're not crew, so killing you, sorry, bro. You're the only guy I'm allowed to kill right now.
But
Are you speaking
if
to Raylene? Is who you're speaking about, Captain Raylene?
Yeah.
Well, seeing as how your best friend here is a corpse himself, there is no bringing her back.
Gatharn, I'm dead.
Which Jin am I talking to?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Is this nighttime Jin or a daytime Jin?
I think after the nap, it would have been daytime Jin.
Well, you would have. Well, after the short rest, you want to switch over to daytime Jin? That's fine. I mean, it's hard to retcon all that brilliant, intimidation of a massive roll of 8.
Where is my 8? It was 5 plus 9. It was a 14. Where's my lemons and limes?
Daytime.
Daytime.
Gatharn, give me an insight check as you just kind of take the visual in on this individual.
The insight is a +1, so 16.
Yeah. They seem more miffed at their situation than at the potential outcome. In other words, they recognize they didn't defeat you guys, but it just, as far as you can tell, it just comes with the territory of they tried.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you're telling the truth, but if you are telling the truth, then yes, there's no point in me killing you just for the express purposes of bringing back
what
the corpse
particular truth would you like to hear? You haven't really asked me a question.
What's your favorite color?
Well, no, you were saying that Raylene is beyond just dumping blood on her, and
I want to know what his favorite color is, Gatharn. Can I? You've been asking a lot of questions. It's my turn.
I've asked one question.
Yeah, that's plenty. What's your favorite color?
Purple.
What's your favorite fucking color?
DJ?
Purple.
Fucking cat girl, what the fuck?
Meow.
I think what we're about to do here, DJ, is pretty grisly. I think you should go upstairs. This is not for the ladies.
All right, favorite. Jade is sitting there watching you guys.
I hate this fucking cat.
Dragonborn's just like, I don't really have a
kick him in the balls, Gatharn. He doesn't have a favorite color. That's a fucking lie. That's a bold-faced lie.
Yellow is a nice color.
Okay. See, you threatened him with the ball kicking. Immediate cooperation.
Gatharn, this Dragonborn's eyes just roll. He's just like, he's convinced that he's lost to amateurs, and he's upset about that.
All right, so you're professional.
Oh, why? Thank you. I try to do my best.
Not you, dickhead.
Oh well, okay. Well, no need.
Well, we were hired to do a professional job. Yes.
Well, you lost. How much were they going to pay you?
They already paid us.
Well, how much did they pay you?
5,000 gold apiece.
Where is it?
Your life worth?
DJ, get back up the stairs.
I'm not there.
I better hear a door click.
He just looks at you and goes, "Well, we were going to be paid more collecting on Captain Omni's bounty. He's worth 20,000 gold, dead or alive."
20,000 gold. You know what I could do with 20,000 gold, Gatharn? I could send it all back home to mom.
Your mom's dead.
No, she's not. She was fine when I left a year ago.
Wait, your mom's not dead?
No, I've been trying to get us to sail back to Marquette so I can visit and drop off the money I made. But Captain Omni's a mean bully. Maybe we should sell him for 20,000 gold. Split it 10-10 and we go our separate ways.
I mean, we could.
So
Or-
Captain Omni and DJ being up on the main deck, other than your ears ringing, burning, because you know someone's talking about you. You collect all the equipment, take the list of equipment that was gathered. What do you want to do? It's mid-afternoon. The course has been set. You've got about a day and a half, almost 2 days to Port Zoom. Gatharn and Jin are down below interrogating the Dragonborn.
Does anyone on the ship identify?
Gromit and I think the druid.
Gromit
Sister?
does. He's an artificer.
Gromit does. Yeah.
Yeah, Gromit knows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then let's take these over to Gromit. First, I'm going to cast Detect Magic. Detect Magic.
Counterspell.
You're not there.
I climbed back up the stairs real quick.
He pops out of the cargo hold, cast counterspell, and just
Hey, fuck you.
All right. Which things are magic?
The bows are magical. The hand axes are magical. The two
Okay.
daggers are magical. The amulet, the rings. So all the notable items are definitely magical.
Quivers and longswords.
They are magical as well.
Ooh, the long
The
sword rifle?
backpack.
Nope.
Is the
it's
magic?
normal.
Is any of the bags, any of the belts, any of the no pouches, no nothing or magic?
Omni's
Nope.
been trying to get that bag of holding for a minute now.
Well, I mean,
How much are we paying the crew?
You tell me.
It hasn't been a month.
I know, but how much are
Wages,
we
right?
paying them?
What did we figure
Are we
out
giving
at
them
the very
10%
beginning?
of like any cut, or what was the?
They don't get percentages.
No,
No,
they get like their salary, and then the ship has its fund.
They get
and stuff.
flat.
Yeah, they
fees.
get their monthlies. I think we talked about it before, where it was Jason had mentioned just like what, because we had asked Nala and Brackish like what their going regular rate was, and then we gave them a little bit more than that. Told them
Yeah, I think they were getting like 10 gold a month. Is what they were getting.
10 gold a week is what they were getting
week?
before.
Oh, okay, yeah, 10 gold. Okay, so 10 gold a week. And I think you up.
And that was back at the Revels.
Yeah.
The political situations changed significantly.
Yeah.
Due to unforeseen circumstances in the logistical supply chain, we now have.
I'm
to lower
just
your
trying
wages.
because this would affect my line of questioning if Gatharn knows how much the crew is getting paid.
That's what I'm saying, dog.
Diva.
Okay,
So,
so we're
are we
going
doing?
to.
How many weeks has
Yeah.
it been since the Revels?
2. And
Couple
no,
weeks,
3.
yeah.
We've been about
3.
3 because it
Yeah.
took us about a week to get to that cove where we got attacked, and it took about 2. We cut it down to 10 days to get to Port Zoom. We've been in Port Zoom now for 2
Nicodranas.
days.
Nicodranis.
Or yeah, Nicodranas. We've been there for 2 days now. So it's been about 3 weeks since the Revels.
It's been 3 weeks since I.
And we have how many on crew?
We've got the Druid sisters. We've got Clark, Brackish, Nala.
The sisters
artificer.
are one's druid, one's a rogue.
Yeah. But, you know, to simplify, it's the Druid sisters.
Yeah, because I mean, we mainly just use the Druid. Keth.
Keth's not getting paid. She's not getting murdered. That's her gift.
I swear I wrote them all down. I think that's
No, Crooked Face.
There's
Stitches, Crooked Face.
Stitches and then Crooked Face.
That's 9.
Rounded up.
And then Omni's personal Goliath guy that we don't know about.
Yeah,
But I
he gets
think he
paid
gets-
on a completed project basis.
That was an orc, by the way, but thank you.
Orc.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know. They all look the same to me, those giant people.
So you have Clark,
Yeah.
right? You have Gromit, Crooked Face, Stitch. You have Tanya and Wendy.
Yep.
You have Nala and Brackish.
8, 9.
Yeah, Wendy, Nala, Brackish. What about Labash?
Oh, yeah,
Labash.
Labash.
And you have Labash.
There it
That's
is.
correct. You
Okay,
recruited him
so-
from the Revels as well.
And the corpse of Raylene.
Yeah, but you
Should
don't
be
have to
used
pay
as a piggy
corp.
bank now. Just put the coin in the torso.
9 times 15 times. We said 3 weeks.
Yeah,
been
Yeah,
3
I'd
weeks.
say 3 weeks is probably a safe bet.
270, right? Or 300? There's 10 of them, right?
9.
So Labash,
270.
Clark, Nala, Brackish,
One,
Tanya,
two.
Wendy, Gromit, Stitch, Crooked Face, Kath.
Labash.
I already
Who
got
am I
Labash.
missing? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I love
have
making
8.
you guys do math. It's so
Who am
much
I
fun.
missing?
Labash.
I have Labash,
Keth?
Gromit, Brackish. Oh, Keth. I didn't count Keth.
Yeah.
Are we counting Keth?
So I'm counting 10
Gatharn
creepy
promised
so
to
far.
remember.
I only have 9.
Gatharn considers her a booby.
Labash, Clark, Nala,
Mhm.
Brackish, Tanya,
Mhm.
Wendy,
Wendy.
Mhm.
Gromit,
Mhm.
Crooked Face,
Stitch.
Stitches,
Mhm.
and Kath.
Stitches.
That's 10.
Stitches is who I didn't have.
That's 10. So 300 gold.
No, that's what they were getting when they were on the Black Eye, was 10 gold apiece per week.
So 450 gold. 15
Oh.
gold a week.
It's not bad.
So 450. I'm taking that out.
Well, you can pay that. You can pay that out of what you just found for the 862.
Hold on. We get percentages of that one, okay?
Oh, okay.
Salary
I
comes
just
out
put
of
that.
captain's
I put
money
that all into the ship fund.
for
And
revenue ship.
Omni doesn't have any like share. His whole thing, just everything he has goes into the ship fund. So distributing
DJ
450 amongst
and-
the rest of the crew.
DJ and Omni, you take the kit over, all the gear over to Gromit in his little workshop down below. It'll take him some time. Every 15 minutes or so, he can identify items for you.
Okay.
So during the first hour, while Gatharn and Jin are down doing an amazing job of interrogation.
Hey, we only got to see 5 minutes of that. We don't know how far it's gone.
We're the expert interrogators.
So
break them
both
down.
We'd leave
Both
Gromit
back
to
up.
their work and then go and join them.
both
Oh,
bows
man.
are +2 to hit, +2 to damage.
Ooh, including mine?
You haven't had yours
Yeah,
identified yet because you have it.
Yeah,
Yours is the
I haven't had
special
mine
one.
identified.
I don't know.
No,
special.
you have it on you.
I know.
Okay.
Mine is with me.
Are
Same
they
with the
short
quiver.
or long bows?
They're both longbows.
Longbow.
And they're +2 to hit and damage.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Both the quivers are quivers of accuracy.
Mm.
They both require attunement. If you wear them and attune to them, any ranged shot with a longbow is with advantage.
Ranged shot. Advantage.
The amulet is the amulet of fortitude. It requires attunement. Whenever you fall to 0 hit points, you automatically get 1 hit point back.
Whenever.
Whenever and whatever.
There's no charge limit to it. It's just you found, boom. Ho, 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 ho.
Correct. That's why you guys couldn't kill him. He kept
You
coming
went down
back
like 3 times.
Yeah, until you took his head off. Yeah.
We cut his fucking head off.
Hit point.
Awesome.
So of the 3 rings,
hmm
one is a ring of regeneration. You get
Ooh.
1d8 hit points back. It has it can utilize up to 7 charges. It currently has 3 charges left.
8.
Do those recharge at any given point?
You have to take them and have them recharged.
You said 3 of 7 charges?
Correct. There's 3 left.
So 1 ring of regeneration, 3 of 7 charges left. And where would we go to recharge them? Is it just like you put a healing spell in it type of thing, or?
No, you have to go to finding someone who is skilled in enchantment and can recharge items.
We gotta find a fucking wizard.
Okay, that was one of them.
The other ring is Ring of Protection +1. And then the third ring is a Ring of Spell Store. 1 spell up to level 3. The 2 hatchets. Each hand axe is +1 to hit, +1 to damage. If they're wielded as a pair while raging as a barbarian, you get +5 to your strength checks or athletics checks.
Wow. While raging, you said?
Or raging.
While raging, yes.
You get +5 to strength.
Strength and or athletics.
So that would affect the damage then as well.
Yes.
Because that would, like, if I was wielding them, that would put me.
And they require attunement.
And the long swords?
The long swords are +1 to hit, +1 for damage.
Oh, darn.
And the daggers are +1 to hit, +1 for damage.
That's what I have already.
And all the potions that you gathered up or that were confiscated are greater healing potions.
Good, because we were running low on those.
Were you?
No.
I didn't think
no,
so.
the greater we've used pretty much half our stock. So we're down to like 15. The superior, we're down to 10.
I thought you had like you bought all of the entire store at one time.
Which was 20 superior, 30 greater, and 51 lesser. We've used pretty much half the storage for the superiors and the greaters. We got plenty of lesser. We haven't used any of the lessers.
So DJ and Omni, get all that equipment sorted out and cataloged and organized. Cathar and Jin back downstairs. Dragonborn just seems to be staring at the two of you, both confused and not sure what he's supposed to do.
Okay, let me just ask you this, sir. If you were me, what questions would you ask yourself if you were trying to gather any information?
If I was you, what questions would I ask myself? First,
like an enemy. Like an enemy.
Well,
and please don't be rude about it, because I'm kind of sensitive right now. I'm trying to be emotionally open, and I'm trying to better myself. And I can see you're a man of experience, and I'm trying to glean some of this skill.
I have to be completely honest with you. I'm not even sure what you are.
Neither are we.
What?
The Dragonborn just smiles a little bit, looks at Cathar and back at you, and just confused.
Tiefling. I'm a tiefling.
You are?
Those are your actual horns?
Yes.
I thought you were just, wearing a costume.
No. Alexa, fuck off.
Alexa, go fuck yourself.
My girlfriend almost made me Alexa made me.
Oh, that's right. You got Alexa behind you.
Stop it.
Yeah, but I'm on headphones, so it didn't hear.
My girlfriend made me apologize to it. Yesterday night. I was just like, "Fuck off! We didn't summon you." She's like, "Apologize to the robot."
At some point, are either of you going to ask me a question, or should I just assume?
Yeah, what's your name?
My name is Flint.
I sit down next to him. I'm just sulking now.
He actually moves away from you. He's uncomfortable around you, Jen.
I get a little bit closer until we're snuggling.
He scooches like every time you scooch closer. He's like, he just looks. He's actually looking quite pleading at you, Gatharn, at this point. He is uncomfortable because he's manacled and he can only move up to a point until You just watch as Jin kind of like cuddles into his side. And the Dragonborn just looks terrified, like a corpse is basically hugging.
Darn, he's really warm.
Yeah, that would be panic. Is there anything I can answer to get me out of this situation?
Start rubbing my head on his chest.
No.
My horns are kind of like bumping against his face.
Oh, God.
If you're talking about that situation, if there's
Yes.
anything you can answer to get yourself out of that situation,
Yeah.
you're kind of fucked until nightfall.
Do you have a captain?
What's nightfall?
it's
It's
the
only
dude you guys
24
tried to
hours
kill.
of daytime.
Could I speak to your captain?
Speak
Yeah,
to
you
the
can speak to
captain.
our
You could
captain.
talk to us. Am I doing it right, Gathar?
I don't even understand what you're trying to do.
Me either, but he's really warm.
As the two of you say that, Flick, me neither. I don't know. I'm not sure what either of you are.
You know, you're not such a bad guy, Flint. You know, I understand you were just paid to do a job, right? Like you weren't out to get us on purpose.
Well, of course I was out to get you. That's what I was paid to do. I mean,
You
not
really out to
personally.
kill? No, not personally. I'm saying it was just business.
I mean, it's
Sure.
above game. This reason why Gatharin is kind of being hospitable. It's like, oh, okay, it's not a personal vendetta. You're paid. I get that.
Gathar, why are you speaking in the third person, buddy?
Because sometimes it helps me think.
Okay. Yeah, you see, I'm not the weird one here.
I beg to differ. Anyways, yeah, I was paid to find you, bring a lot of you in. They preferred to have you alive for whatever reason.
Who's
However, they
they?
were insistent that
Keep dropping
Captain-
they. Who's they?
that was Wickham
Uh-huh.
and his master, his keeper, goes by the name of Max.
$1 million?
Yes.
The Hawk?
Wickham is a member of his spy network, and he is often called upon to complete contract work.
You see, Jin shoots up to his feet
That's
and he
the
starts
Hawk.
pacing up and down the cell. He's like, "The Hawk." And he's starting to get like a little deranged almost.
Give me intimidation with advantage at this point.
Hold on. Don't worry. It's
Actually,
coming.
for you, Jin, either intimidation or persuasion, up to you. Because I
Why
know
do we
both
spell
those
Wickham?
are.
I'm trying to remember if I wrote that down.
I will try persuasion for 19.
Okay. I'm not sure what's wrong with your friend. We received our orders a week ago.
I get up close to Flint and I pull on his shoulders and I bring. You want to see what's inside?
Inside what?
I bash my head really hard so it does damage to me instead against his face. I'm gonna take a little bit of damage.
Okay. How much do you want to take?
How do we spell
D4
Wickham?
sound fair to you? A D4?
Okay.
Of course, it's 4.
It's all right. You had
You
your
knock
short rest. You
yourself-
can afford it.
Yeah.
You knock yourself unconscious.
And I would say the collision of your skull on the front of his skull, you actually take 2 additional points of bludgeoning damage,
That's fine.
but you leave enough of your own kind of like. Do you bleed?
No. So you just see an open wound starts to appear, and then the eyes kind of shift.
Well, hello.
His
Sand
eyes.
starts pouring out.
Yeah, his eyes go really wide, Jen. Wide enough that you recognize that there's recognition in his eyes. And he immediately kind of sets aside his jovial kind of banter that he was doing with the two of you. And with that transition, you recognize just how serious he's kind of become.
Okay, this is out of my hands. I'm gonna pour out the bucket and use it as a seat just so I can watch.
This whole time, y'all have been playing good cop, just waiting for a bad cop to show up.
No, we've been playing baffling cop, baffled cop. That's what we've been playing.
Baffling cop, baffling cop.
There's no good or bad.
It was the Dumb and Dumber of cops.
Yeah. I don't know
So
what
true.
questions you guys want answered.
Lloyd, it's really warm back there. What are you doing? Keep doing it. Oh, you seem like you recognize me.
Well, it's not a matter of recognition. It's just what you just did. What I think you just did. I've seen before. Hey, Lucifer Sins, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated.
Follow.
Thorvald and Maximilian have been working on some strange things. Strange in the way that you just behaved. It was not meant to be personal by any stretch of the imagination. I was just shocked to see that you seem to have similar power upon which they have been dabbling in. Sorry, did not mean to startle you. And ouch. Thank you. That hurts.
Gatharn,
Yo.
put him to sleep. Please.
Gatharn, give me a charisma save. This is going to be a hard one for you.
Well, yeah, because freaking charisma slaves are bad.
Who's casting?
Oh, that's a 19.
19? I mean, you've got some control. I mean,
Yeah,
the
19.
dude seems legit, but this is a serious threat. I mean, the fact that he's not overly intimidated and seems to be...
Oh, when I say put him to sleep, I mean just put him unconscious. I don't want you to kill him.
There you go.
All right, so I put him in a sleeper hold.
Okay. Eventually he nods off. And
As
Yeah.
he's starting to doze off, like, you know, those last flickering moments.
yeah,
I'll be seeing you in your dreams.
just panic.
Or nightmares.
More to the fact that he's being put unconscious on purpose.
All right. And as I see him start to fall to the realm of the sleep, I will cast Dream on him.
Okay. Describe that for me. What are you doing with that?
So as he enters into his sleep, he finds himself on a dark marble floor, completely black, but he can still somehow see. And the floor has like a layer, an inch depth of water, and it starts to... He doesn't know where in this room, but there's water starting to rain. And all of a sudden, he's upon a crucifix. And then he sees me in front of him. And then next to me, there's a barrel full of 6 feet long javelins that are just bladed. No, a little wooden shaft in the middle for me to grasp, but just double-ended blades. It's like, I haven't done this in a while. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm not even going to ask you questions first. You'll tell me about yourself.
As you do that, Jin, give me a charisma save, please.
He pees his pants.
Charisma saving throw or just a charisma save?
Those are both the same.
I get confused, man. I got
Charisma
one brain
saving
cell
throw.
and she's working hard. Plus 9, 23.
23. As you cast that spell and you make the connection with the Dragonborn, you can feel that familiar sense of panic, the familiar sense of controlled intimidation, and this idea of using this in an effort to subjugate the will of this person. There's a tendril of connection somewhere out there. A void recognizes what you just did, and had you not maintained control, you feel like you would have been pulled into it. It's somewhere out in the Lucidian Sea. It's there. It's present. You could feel the energy, the necrotic sense of the pole, the darkened sense of energy. It almost causes you to lose focus for just a bit, but you maintain the spell, you maintain the hold on the will of the Dragonborn as you've plunged into his dreams, but you get the feeling that you're being watched.
So basically, there's going to be no questioning. So he's just up there, trussed up against his crucifix. And Jin is just going to keep plunging javelin after javelin into his torso.
Okay.
But as soon as one dies, his mind just spins around and there's another crucifix until there's just a field of him just dying over and over again. And he's just watching himself getting executed over and over again.
This goes on for
I saw
about...
that on a show. What show did I see that?
Naruto!
That's it.
When
Sorry.
Itachi gets into the other
Yes.
Jonin's minds.
Yes.
Gotta
I
love-
After
was-
about 50,
it wasn't
what's the
Itachi,
spell's
It was
what's the spell's duration?
It lasts for 8 hours, but I'm guessing because you know how you can have like REM and it'll be like, oh, that felt like in a whole entire week of events.
So the question I have for you is that do you want this to be a prolonged experience for him or a shortened? Because if you want it to be prolonged, then when he wakes up the following morning, he will have experienced the full 8 hours of it.
Mhm.
Or are you just trying to create the intensity of it within the moment?
So here's what I want. I just wanted, as soon as Catharn squeezed, I want Catharn to see like me doze off for a fraction of a moment, and then he wakes back up, and I'm back in the room as well. So to Catharn, nothing had happened.
The Dragonborn is a mess. His ability to speak is practically non-existent. For the most part, he's gibbering and trying to like answer questions that don't exist. You kind of feel like you might have almost pushed him into like a madness existence, like he's fractured.
I pat him on his head, and then I just walk up the stairs and leave Catharn in there with him.
Okay. Catharn, anything you want to do? He settles against the brig wall. There's a long, gooey bit of drool coming out of the corner of his mouth. One eye is off in one direction. The other eye is dilated out, like it's been blown out. There's not much left here.
Oh, fuck, man. I really fucked him up.
I'm going to
roll a
open his
natural
wrist.
1 on his wisdom save. So, yeah, you did.
I'm going to open his wrist
Okay.
into the bucket.
Take
You know,
some time.
freaking,
after.
I'm going to give him a freaking, whatchamacallit, a tourniquet to stave the bleeding. Like, I don't need that much. I'm not going to try and kill him, but I am bleeding him.
I mean, he's currently not responding to you. Like, you slice his wrist and he doesn't even respond to it. Just drool and just kind of, he looks super rough. Like, he's experienced some kind of mental breakdown.
And once I've got like a half bucket full of blood, apply the tourniquet because I don't care if he loses the arm or not.
Fair enough.
And then
give me a medicine check to see how well you pull that off.
That is a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, 9.
As far as you can tell, you did a, far as you can
Compartment
tell, you did a
syndrome. Here we
bang
go.
up job.
Let's go compartment syndrome.
So DJ and Omni, as you finish cataloging all the equipment, you watch as Jin comes up on deck. Catharn, you now have your bucket of salty fluid that's not white, it's red. What would you like to do with it?
I'm gonna pour it down Raylene's chest cavity.
Okay, where are you doing this at?
Wherever her body's at.
Currently, her body's the only one still up on deck. I mean, people have given it kind of a roundabout, kind of wide berth whenever they go
Yeah,
near
then
it.
that's where I'm doing it.
Okay, you pour it on her.
Dribble
and
some down her throat and then like into the chest cavity.
it all kind of leaks out the backside of her form onto the deck of the ship. Nothing happens.
I guess he was telling the truth. Well, we can burn her after we talk to her.
What do you guys do? So DJ, Jin, and Omni just watched as Gatharin poured a bucket of blood onto Captain Raylene.
What? Who'd you get the blood from?
Guy downstairs.
The Dragonborn?
Yeah, Flint.
Did you kill him?
He was alive when I left him.
Okay, I'm gonna go check on the Dragonborn.
Okay. Head downstairs to go check on him. Omni, what are you doing with Jin on deck?
Probably watching Raylene's body, seeing if there's any type of reaction very intently. And then when seeing there isn't, probably just getting a drink and like toasting her.
Yeah, no real reaction at all. I mean, the blood spills out the backside of her through the cavity and through her throat and into the cavity, and there's no regeneration effect, no kind of change in her demeanor at this point.
Should we talk to her? Captain?
I mean, we already know who betrayed her, so.
No. Who do you think betrayed her?
Didn't they say that Amoth did?
That was a
No, we just know a moth was with Wickham.
No, that was an entire den of changelings. Or what, doppelgangers or whatever. Amonth was also hanging on the post.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because we saw a moth on the post.
Her whole crew was, as far as you
Yeah.
can remember.
Everybody safe,
With the exception of Labash, who you guys recruited out of the Revels.
Gotcha. I didn't know that we had seen Amoth on the ship as well.
Yeah, the entire crew of Raylene's ship was on the mast.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we gotta find out whatever we can.
I give a nod to Raylene's body, and then I cast Speak with Dead.
Give me an intelligence save, please.
Booby traps!
It's possible.
I fucking hate that cowman, dude. He always fucks me up with these int checks. 8.
8.
No. Bring back my friends. Hey, come on, man. We could talk about this, right? There's negotiations. I'll DoorDash you a pack of beer right now.
Jin, as you attempt to cast this, and you look for the tendrils of her soul that aren't there, you realize before it's too late. Well, it is too late. As you feel the curse that was left behind on her corpse form begin to emulate out from her and shroud around you, but the curse is almost kind of confused. Like, how can I kill a dead person? And that previous exposition of energy and tendrils of connection that you felt kind of out in the distant void of the Lucidian Sea, for the first time in your life, you feel the two halves of the whole Jin come apart. Daytime Jin and nighttime Jin stand side by side of one another. A distant voice echoes back towards you. It's been a long time since I've seen you. I thought
You were lost to time. Where are you?
Do I know who's speaking?
Sounds familiar. Sounds like you.
Nighttime Jin just stays quiet. Daytime Jin, however. Hello? Hello?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Dad?
And then a third figure appears in between the two. As a sullen, kind of sulky nighttime Jin looks over wide-eyed at the daytime Jin. And then a familiar admiral is standing there before the two of you. I thought we had been done with this. I thought that your form was committed to the sea. How did you survive?
Nighttime Jin's just observing as much as he can.
What do you mean survive? I swam all the way back to Marquette.
That's impossible. Your corpse was thrown in the water. I was there. I paid the price for certainty.
Sorry, mister. You might get... I know, I look a lot like other people. People have told me that before. I have a very general face.
The Leviathan only knows one master now. And this new caretaker of this vessel, unfortunately, well, the form turns, looks over its shoulder at the two of you. Pick. Only one leaves here, not two. The form evaporates as you stand in this void. You, nighttime Jin and daytime Jin, looking at each other, unsure what he means.
Nighttime Jin looks at daytime Jin. I've had my life. Whatever memories you can hold them. Avenge me. But don't forget to live your own. And whatever, if it is what Darktime Jin is thinking, he's gonna sacrifice himself so Daytime Jin can live whatever young life he has, and surrender himself to the void.
As the two fractured Jins have this conversation, the void is swirling around you. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check really quick.
21.
This event means that someone has knowledge of you. This event means that the Leviathan has acquired a new master and is currently under the influence of somebody new. As these fractured existences pulse around you, both Jins hear a feminine voice come into existence. And there is Cecilia, standing amongst the two of you. She just looks at both of you. I can't believe that this is what's happened to you. I'm sorry? Emotions are difficult, are they not, Jin? They take us down strange places. They force us to realizations that we're not quite prepared for. I wasn't prepared for what happened to me that day. However,
what happened to you?
I picked the wrong side.
Hmm.
I thought I was picking the right side to save you. But it didn't quite turn out that way, did it?
We could have won.
We could still win, Jin. It floats out there now. It has a new master. But it could be brought to heel. The cost would be great. But you have to be careful, Jin. There are those that understand more about you than you understand about yourself.
I'll only warn you this once, sister. If I find you, your head is mine.
Oh, brother. The corporeal form of those that live matter not to me. My tomb is ingratiated regardless of what I do. I am here because of redemption, not certainty. I have chosen poorly. I give you something that I think you're incapable of, but you may learn the skill. And as her form and mind evaporate, both you and Daytime Jin remerge. You come back to a conscious state. As DJ Gatharn and Omni, you watch as the form of Raylene turns to ash. So, Jin, I rolled a natural 20 on Cecilia's sacrifice. That is the only reason why one of you didn't die instantly. However, you have lost 5 charisma points permanently.
I have no idea what just happened. I kept my headset off, so.
So whatever your charisma is, reduce it by 5. I rolled on a D10, and I rolled a 5. Cecilia's sacrifice rolled a natural 20. She kept one of the Jins from dying because of the connection within your backstory. But this all plays out. This corpse was cursed, and this is how the curse played out on you. You come back to consciousness. You feel you're kind of like, you're muted, babe. Oh, okay, gotcha. You're on a phone call. No worries.
Is Jin as charismatic as Gatharn now?
You have to ask Jen.
Jen's now a barbarian.
Jen, you begin to realize Leviathan is not only on the seas, but it's quite possible that Thorvald has figured out how to control it. And if he has been trying to figure out a way to revive long dead ships with long dead crew, you should come back to consciousness. Begin to realize that the fleet of the damned is in the process of being brought back into existence. A fleet of thousands of undead forms, a multitude of shipwrecks, and with the fleet of the damned controlled, just about any target now is subject to Thorvald's will. It's just a little bit more of his plan has just been revealed to you. And that connection to the Leviathan, that tendril of energy that was just for the moment exposed like a raw nerve. DJ, as you get down to the brig, you see the corpse of the Dragonborn slumped over on the floor. A poorly designed tourniquet, not very well done, and the Dragonborn is basically in a giant puddle of his own blood.
Can I tell how long he's been dead?
Maybe 10 minutes.
That's past the Revivify. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go back up.
You go back up. The scene on the deck of the ship has become different.
Like, what did we see when freaking Jin started doing the
There
whole...
was just a moment of pause. Raylene's body turned to ash, and then Jin came back into consciousness.
So I'm looking around.
That's not how that normally works.
Oh.
Did you cast Disintegrate on it instead by mistake?
As they're all saying this, you see Jin's, because he usually have his sleeves rolled up. His left arm just turns into like this sickly black skin, like down to all the cuticles and the nail bed and everything else. Just withers into like this gnarled black arm.
What?
Ew.
Does that hurt?
What
Jin's
just happened?
gonna unroll his sleeve. I failed.
What?
I don't know if I have restoration.
Failed what?
Dude, what just happened?
I'm gonna go to my quarters now. Sorry.
Watches Jin, leaves the deck, and heads down the stairs down into the common deck, leaving the three of you up on top. Grimholt has mostly been kind of dealing with the crew at this point.
I guess I'm gonna sweep up Raylene's ashes.
I can do lesser restoration, but I don't think I can do greater yet.
And then I'm going to dump her ashes overboard.
I'm gonna go knock on Jin's door.
Jin doesn't have a door. He's just on the hammock.
Gatharn, the Dragonborn's dead. You didn't tie him off.
Yeah, I did.
No. You laid the tourniquet over his arm and then left.
Yeah? I applied a tourniquet.
That you have to put pressure on the tourniquet.
Head on! Gets rid of headaches. Head on!
I'm going to take the tourniquet and I'm going to show him. I'm going to say, like this.
By the way, Jin, you now have the Curse of the Marked. You are -5 on your charisma, and for the next 30 days, all charisma saves are at disadvantage. They can figure out how to get rid of that curse.
So instead of knocking on the door, I'll knock on the mast or whatever the connection point to the hammock where it's tied to. I'll knock on that instead.
I mean, you come down to the common deck, you could hear Gatharn and DJ arguing about, making sure you tie good knots, and you kind of down the stairs and into the common deck, and there's Jin just kind of lying in a hammock.
Above game, I have removed curse. I just have to sleep on it.
Mm-hmm. Fair point. Because you know how much fun it is removing curses in our games, right, babe?
Hey.
So you had to sleep with Jin to remove their curse?
I don't even know how to get his wiener working. He's dead. No blood, man.
So you insert a pump and you squeeze and
Omni,
It's
as you stand
pump.
alongside
You
where
up.
Jin is currently in the hammock, give me a quick insight check.
$18.
I don't know how to describe a less charismatic person, but the shine that was once Jin feels gone. Like
He's like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
he's physically altered in such a way that it looks strange to stare at him. But you get the distinct feeling something happened, but it's just not overtly clear.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at all like my divine stuff. There's nothing for curses. Nothing. Disease, poison. Psh, nailed it. Are you undead? I already know. Divine sense. It's like it's all for stuff, but nothing for curses. That's awesome. Nada. You want to talk about it?
Not really. Do you want to talk about it?
Kinda.
All right. What reprimand do you have for me for accidentally turning Raylene into ash?
Oh no, I meant the thing that went wrong. Like, yeah, it would have been nice to get information, but obviously something went really wrong there. Your arm.
Oh, really? I thought everything went great. Thought everything went exactly as planned.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think it was possible for Jin to be less charismatic.
Oh, it's possible.
Above game, does Jin normally fight with a rapier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
No, I was just looking at all the equipment and stuff that we have. Trying to divvy some stuff up. Yeah,
I want
all right.
one of the magic daggers.
Well, when you do want to talk about it,
Oh, I'm not there.
I appreciate it.
you know those like falconer gloves?
Why?
I think with the mask, one of those gloves and like a cape, it'll be a pretty like ridiculously
You can leave now.
sick aesthetic.
You can just.
Just saying.
The crew needs attending
It
to.
would be really dope if you had like, I don't
Jin
know,
just rolls out of the hammock and starts
And-
walking away.
like an albino like raven or something. I think that would be pretty dope.
Been there, done that. That was like so last campaign's aesthetic. So as Jin walks off, he's gonna roll his sleeve back up on his left arm. How far does that mark go up his arm?
It's hard to tell. Give me a medicine check as you kind of stare at this new mark that you've acquired.
I'm watching him do this.
Pervert.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
And mind you, I'm not trained in medicine, so this is a godly roll for me.
The mark is almost serpent-like in appearance, It seems to wind from your fingertips around your wrist, stops at the elbow, but after staring at it for a few minutes, you watch as it expands a little bit. You get the feeling that this mark continues to grow on you.
All right, Jin, seeing this, is gonna take out his dagger and starts to etch runes into his flesh, and he's gonna begin remove curse, or attempt to.
Yeah, as you begin to do that, there's a voice in your head as Omni stares on, and you're about to do that. I don't think that's wise. You've
Proper
become
growth.
such a good vessel. Just a little more patience. You'll get what's coming to you, and I'll get you in what's coming to me. You hear your patron whisper in your ear. Sometimes guesses can have their value. You're now tethered to its form. We'll find it easier that way. Bring that power to heal, make it our own, don't you think?
Omni.
Hmm?
And Jin is gonna press his hand up against the door frame at the shoulder. Now.
Okay. I'll take one of the hand axes.
If you do this, I take my magic with me.
I'll yell out, Cathar and DJ.
Now, please.
Give me a charisma save, Jin. Disadvantage.
With my -5.
Down
DJ and
there.
Gatharn, what's your passive perception, please?
15?
16.
Okay.
12.
10.
No, 15. Yeah, passive is 15.
Omni, you watch as Jin's eyes go black as ink. He turns to look at you, and a disembodied voice goes, "Step back now."
Step back now.
Am I cutting off your arm? Am I stepping like what? You're sending mixed signals here. What is?
Jin, what spell slot do you have left?
Did I cast? It depends. Did I cast remove curse or no?
No, not yet.
I have one 5th level slot left.
What's your most damaging 5th level slot that you have left?
I can cast. I don't have damaging spells per se, but I can cast summon Draconic Spirit, or I can try to get up in there and fuck Omni up by casting Shadow of Moil on myself.
Cast Shadow of Moil on yourself.
So Omni's vision disappears as he hears the sickening screams of the Nether as tentacles start to just lash around him. You're gonna have to attack me, but you don't see anything. So do you want me to just walk up and hit him?
No, am I just like blinded, or is
It's
it like a
magical
physical
darkness.
restrainment, or
It's not
like,
restrainment, but it's you could feel like if you move, you're gonna get smacked.
Roll a d20. Add your to hit modifier. Unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike. So that'd be a 24 instead.
Omni, what's your AC?
19?
19. You feel a darkened miasmic force of energy slam into you. What's your unarmed points of damage, Jin?
3.
Take 3 points of bludgeoning damage, unarmed damage from that.
Awesome.
DJ, you can hear Omni's voice scream out just at the edge of your periphery.
I will tell Gatharn that Omni's calling us. Kind of frantically.
As the two of you head down below decks, you walk into the common deck, and there's a boiling, darkened mass in there. Jin, give me 2 attack rolls as Gatharn and DJ come into
Unarmed?
space. Unarmed attack.
Okay. I'm rolling with the online dice because they suck. So 11 on 1,
And then 12 on the other.
Yeah, you watch as two tendrils of energy lash out from the ball of darkened space and strike the interior of the deck and off to either side of both you and Gatharn. And just in this like 10-foot diameter of space, this pulsing dark energy with tendrils coming off of it. And you're watching as like every now and then a shadow of a serpent face floats around it. No sign of Omni.
Huh. Can we call Omni?
Go for it.
Captain?
I do magic awareness.
Omni,
As you
you're
do
muted.
magical awareness, Gatharn, give me an intelligence save, please.
I'm in the
you
darkness.
hear DJ yell out, but it sounds like it's a million miles away. Like you hear, it's like poltergeist voice. Omni, you know, kind of like it feels like it's forever away.
Yay. We got a raid. Sweet.
Dirty
Thank
20 for my intelligence save.
Hey, perfectly techno. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You guys came back just in time as you watch me 1v3.
Oh.
So, Omni, you could hear someone yelling for you. DJs, you yell that out. Gatharn, what did you get for your intelligence save?
Dirty 20.
30-20. There's a psychic resonance like around you as you cast that magic awareness, almost like there's a bubble of resistance pulsing out of this form.
Where is it centered?
It's centered about 20 feet in front of you in the very depth of the black energy.
I hurl my hammer that way.
Give me a D20. Add your dex modifier, please.
Ooh. Dex modifier is a +4, so that is a 21.
Omni, give me a dex save.
That's a 17.
17. You watch as a form appears in the magical darkness around you, and then you see this hammer coming right at you, and it glances off your shoulder and tumbles away from you. Gatharn, go ahead and roll bludgeoning damage. Have it for the save.
He doesn't have to roll the save for because there's another dex save because it's Swift Strike for the lightning damage.
Right, which I think you already saved against that.
Yeah. So then I just don't roll the 2d8 lightning damage.
Go for it.
So that is 14.
Take
If
14
I have
points.
whether I'm
I'm going
possessed
to
or
take
not.
14 points of bludgeoning damage. Jen, you feel that item pass through you, but it doesn't do you any harm. Your blackened eyes and feeling the connection with your patron fully kind of imbued within you. Omni, what would you like to do?
Not die.
Well, I'd
The
like to be able to see what's going on.
Yeah, it's hard because the intense miasmic like darkness around you, the feeling of both cold and kind of like depth of hate and despair pulsing towards you. This is difficult.
Let's see. Spell wise. So I'm not able to move. And I'm in magical darkness.
That's what it feels like, yeah.
That Shield of Faith is just for AC.
Jin, give me another charisma save with disadvantage as the energy continues to control you.
19.
19. With disadvantage?
I rolled a 19 and a 13.
That is. So 13 plus 6?
Yeah.
Have you adjusted your modifier for the
I
minus
have.
5? Okay, just checking.
6 is my proficient, or charisma is my proficient one. So
Correct.
it gets that.
Correct. Yeah. There's a moment, Omni, when all the darkness falls away from you. There's a panicked Jin looking at you with his arm. His arm has become a kind of like snake-like appendage. And then you watch as the darkness comes back. Gatharn and DJ would have seen that as well.
Right as the darkness is overwhelming again, can I cast Shatter right on... Oh, this is...
Cut it off, fucker!
I thought... Wait, no. Can I get to him? Can I, like...
I'm right up in your grill.
Yeah, you're within 5 feet of him.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that he was, like...
I just slap-boxed you in the ear.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Then just in seeing that, can I go ahead and take a swing? Yeah, with the axe.
Give me
I'll have to...
right.
What's the...
Hand axe is +1.
No. I was gonna do green flame blade.
That doesn't feel
that's
like
the second
cutting
target.
it off.
No, well, no, because if it was a flame blade, it might cauterize it.
I don't bleed. I won't bleed out.
That's fine. All right, I'll just chop at it.
Thank you. Smite it off, please.
Smite it off.
You can certainly try.
I have 2 attacks. I'm swinging at the arm, where the arm was.
Go for it. Gatharn and DJ, anything you want to do while this is going on? You'd have seen the
Well, we
darkness
can see now,
fade.
right?
No, you saw it fade, and you saw a panic-looking Jin facing Omni, screaming and yelling about hacking off his arm. And then the darkness coming back like he couldn't control whatever's happening. And the darkness.
But it sounds like he wants Omni to hack off his arm.
It sounds like something's going on, yeah.
18.
Because he's screaming about
18?
having Omni hack off his arm.
That hits my AC.
I mean, not with that level of detail, just this kind of like panic.
Yeah.
This panic kind of
gibberish.
Yeah. He's.
I don't have I have Dispel Magic. I want to try and dispel the darkness.
At what level?
I only have it at third. I only have a third level spell left.
Yeah, weenie.
Roll a d20.
Hey, I'm only a level 7.
Yeah, weenie. Welcome to Weenie Hut Jr. How may I help you?
This is also after that combat. I'm almost out of spells.
Fair point.
Plus the modifier.
Your spell attack modifier, yes.
Ooh, the spell attack modifier?
Or your spell, whatever your spell modifier
Your
is.
whiz modifier.
Yeah.
Whiz modifier. Okay. I got a 16.
Fuck.
That dispels it. Just barely. Because it's 10 plus 5.
Man, I'm trying to fuck this dude up, man.
Watch as whatever that spell effect was just collapses. All Gatharn, DJ, and Omni can now see.
Although, I got a counter spell loaded in that ring. Or in my necklace.
The patron wouldn't really know what that means. It's using your physical form.
Okay. Trying to help the brother out.
And then would it even have access to those spells? Because
hard to tell.
Gave me
but
the
from
spell.
Gatharn, DJ, and Omni's perspective, while that magical situation dispels around Jin's form, Jin's eyes are very much blackened. There's tendrils of like necrotic energy pouring out of his face, his shoulders, out of his chest, and it's kind of like tendril fibers kind of hovering around him. And just that one arm leaning against the edge of the ship, it's now turning a blackened purple serpentine color with scales now beginning to show.
So
I'm gonna go retrieve my hammer.
Okay, you run right past Jin. Jin, you see a form move past you. Give me an unarmed attack roll.
I got the sword. Let me use the sword.
Disadvantage because I've got my necklace of blink.
Okay.
Let me roll that again.
I roll-
16.
Do I roll
16.
damage on
Yeah,
the
you
arm?
watch as a tendril of energy passes right over your head, Gathar, and you duck under it as you head for your maul. Omni, what are you doing?
I didn't roll damage for hitting his
Yes,
arm the
that's right on
first
that
time.
first one. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
The hand axe is a D6, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
D6 plus 1 plus your proficiency modifier that you use if you're proficient with a hand axe.
So the first attack is 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And
I take it from my
Poison.
current pool of HP. Jason?
Hold on one sec. Go ahead, Omni, for your second strike.
bonus action branding smite
Okay.
at 3rd level. Gonna try and sear this thing off. So if it hits, it'll do an extra 2d6 radiant damage.
Okay.
And you'll shed dim light. Nice.
He'll shit dim light. That's cool.
Shed.
It's gonna shit some dim light. Is what it's
Um,
gonna do.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That'll hit. Go ahead and roll for
So,
damage.
3d6.
Plus all your radiant damage as well.
So 9 points of regular, 10 points of regular slashing damage, I guess, for that. And then the 8 points of radiant damage.
When all that damage and strikes hits you, Jin, you feel nighttime and daytime Jin fracture around you and pulse away. It's just for a moment your patron disconnects from you. The others looking at your form, Gatharin picks up the hammer, DJ staring at you, Omni looking at you, and you can hear the booted steps of Grimholt beginning to come down. Vice Admiral Rigoberto lies there, leaning against the interior of the space. Jen, what do they see when they see you?
Vice Admiral Gigaberto?
Rigoberto. Why does my
Rigoberto?
R sound like a fucking J?
Oh.
That's not even phonically possible.
So
They're
they see
not
the,
even the same syllable.
Vice Admiral Juggalo.
Vice
see-
Admiral Jigglebells?
so they see the
Fuck
Vice
you.
Admiral.
Yeah, so we're
The
seeing
Vice
Roberto.
You're seeing Rigoberto, is what they're
Rigoberto.
You just see a hardened battle veteran standing there, kind of confused on his face, like, what am I? What's going on here? Where am I?
So battle veteran, yes. What species?
Tiefling. Kind of
Older
long,
or younger?
mid-20s to maybe later 20s. Long white, blonde, almost nearly white hair, clean shaven face. The hair he keeps in like a top knot.
You watch as the two forms of day nighttime Jin slam back together. That vision dissipates. And it's now just the blackened eyes of Jin leaning against the interior of the hole. His arm gradually becoming more serpentine, more scales appearing. You watch as it's beginning to course past his bicep. He takes that damage from you, Omni, but it's almost negligible with the exception of the radiant damage. That seemed to be what caused that other form to appear. You're muted.
I did forget to roll one more d6 because I cast it at 3rd level.
Feel free.
5.
Okay. Yeah, I'm tracking this particular set of hit points. So DJ, Gatharin, Omni, you're now staring at this form that is Jin, but there's something odd about it. There's a contest waging in front of you. the tendrils of energy coming out of his form even more.
Jin, what's going on?
I smash him in the face with the hammer.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
Baby, can you make me some tea?
I'm still new to the crew, so I'm like, I don't fucking know what's going on.
Does he always do this? Is this his time of the month?
Is this his thing?
He said to take the arm off.
22.
22. You feel the hammer just go to strike at Jin, and you watch as once again the Jins come apart. The hammer passes through it harmlessly as you just kind of cycle right through. And then the Jins come back together.
Did it look like the radiant damage was what did more shit?
Give me a religion check as you stare at Jin's form.
I got a 12.
Hard to tell.
Right.
Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but that seemed to be the only thing that really did any kind of effect to the physical form of Jin.
Okay, I'm gonna sacred flame him. That's radiant. His arm.
Go for it.
It's Dex.
Dex save, Jin, with advantage.
Ooh.
Fail it.
16.
What's your DC?
14.
14.
Yeah, I got my dancing shoes on today.
Okay. Sacred Flame does not catch the ship on fire, though.
Good to know.
Okay.
Jin, do you have any spell slots left?
No.
Okay.
I'm a spell slot starved boy.
He's slotless.
What slot?
Catharin, you realize that the physical attack doesn't seem to do much. DJ just tried to do a magical strike and it didn't seem to do much.
Well, he danced out of the way.
Yeah. Omni
He's like, haha,
seemed to
no.
have a bit of an effect on Jin, and that strange, unfamiliar form appeared. Jin, go ahead and give me 3 attacks, please. 1 for each person.
Unarmed.
Unarmed.
8. 18. And a 12.
12. All 3 miss. The Omni, Gatharin, and DJ watch as this frantic necrotic energy lashes out at each one of you, striking the interior of the ship cabin, splintering wood, and then reforming. And you can see that the kind of necrotic mess of Jin's arm has crawled up to his shoulder at this point. Jin, give me a fresh charisma save. Disadvantage.
Fuck. 10.
10. Omni, Gatharin, and DJ, give me wisdom saves, please.
$17.
Okay.
19.
Okay.
And I got 16.
16. Omni and DJ, you feel this kind of like overwhelming urge to kind of do with the darkened voice and the physical manifestation of what Jin's become. The will is almost lost from the two of you, but you manage to regain your composure. Gatharn, Omni and DJ, you look over to see Gatharn's eyes go black. The same necrotic tendril of energy coursing out of his form, just as Grimhold kind of like comes into the hold to see all this playing out. Gatharn, how many attacks do you get?
2, and I haven't raged.
Which is probably a good thing. Go ahead and take 2 attacks on DJ, please. With your maul.
All right, first one is for 17. Hold on. Attack. Yeah, 17 for one, and then 15 for the other.
Neither
You
hit.
see these wild swings come your way, DJ, as the now out of control Gatharn, the same blackened residue in his eyes that you could see in Jin's eyes. This kind of like almost like vaporware of tendril necrotic energy swirling between both Jin and Gatharn. Omni and DJ,
What
what
the
would you like to
heck?
do?
I
Going to get a couple of sorcery points to get a spell slot back.
Okay.
And then attack the shoulder 2 more times.
Go for it.
I kind of want to keep it now, guys.
It's a 18 to hit on the first one.
Yeah.
So that will be 8 points of regular slashing, and with a divine smite, that's 4d8.
Oof. I love that radiant damage, baby.
Daddy, chill.
14, 16, 24 points of radiant damage.
Gatharn, with that, you feel your will separate and you feel control come back to you. You realize you're holding the hammer in front of DJ with kind of like drool coming out of your mouth, like you weren't in control of yourself, but everybody else watches your eyes. The blackened goes away within your eyes. DJ, what do you want to do?
Well, I guess I'm going to cast Divine Favor on myself, which is a bonus action.
Okay.
And it makes me deal an extra bit of radiant damage. And I am going to try and cut off his arm too with my longsword.
Go for it.
Because that's what he wanted. So I'm going to try.
No. Let me keep it. Just let me keep it.
No.
I changed my mind. I'm fickle like that. I'm a fickle creature. I'm a creature of wants and needs. And right now, my wants is conflicting with my needs. I needs to keep it, and I wants to keep it.
I got a 19 plus 6.
That'll do it.
25 hit
that'll
you?
hit. Yeah.
And what universe would it not?
I don't know.
Oh, if you have an AC of 26.
Yeah,
that'll do it. You hit my codpiece, which has an AC of 39.
Oh, dear. On my D8 for the slashing damage, I got an 8 plus 3.
Okay.
Good thing that does no damage.
11. Okay. And then the radiant damage, let's see. It's Divine Favor is just a D4, so that's 3 radiant damage.
Okay. Gatharn, you come back to your senses.
I'm sorry.
I come back to what now?
You've come back to your senses. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Okay. Kind of just linger in the background a bit.
Just chilling.
Jin, go ahead and give me 3 attacks.
I'm gonna try and
Let
I'm
me
gonna
know who
soak
you're
those
attacking.
attacks.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna soak those attacks.
Okay. Jin, give me 3 attacks on Gatharn.
17 for the first one. Oh, disadvantage?
Yep.
Okay, so 14 for the first one. That'll be 15 for the second one. And natty 1 for the third one.
Jin, give me a charisma save.
Those all fail.
Yeah, I could tell, big boy. 16 and a 15. 21.
Nice. Just for a moment, Jin's eyes reduce back to their normal opaque kind of color. The arm still leans up against the edge of the hold. Jin seems to be back. Just
I
long
grabbed the
enough.
arm.
Gatharn, give me a athletics.
That is a 25.
Okay. You hold the arm against the whole. DJ and Omni, what are you two doing?
Swinging at it.
Two of you bring your weapons down on the arm. And that's where we're going to finish today because it's 4 o'clock.
No. Wait. Don't cut it off.
Yep. That's where we're going to finish, everybody. It's 4 o'clock.
It was just a joke. It was just a joke.
And the worst part is, I think we're going to be off next Sunday because Omni has to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys should come up to Idlewild and.
Oh, we are. That
Nathan's
was our
talking
plan. The
about
day
doing
trip,
that, yeah.
and because Calista doesn't have to go to her next thing until like 5 o'clock. So
come by Art in the Park. It's a nice little spot.
It's
and
pretty
you can
cool
walk
stuff,
around
right?
and go and do a little
Are you
vendor
gonna play
shopping.
your guitar naked? That's
We're
reason
going
I
to be
would go
coming
there.
by.
I
We're
will
gonna
be
be
playing
coming by.
guitar and some keyboard.
Naked?
and- Not naked. Nope.
There'll be no loincloth.
Topless?
There are children at this event.
They deserve to know what a Greek god looks like.
Family
Guffaw.
friendly.
Guffaw. All right, thanks
Oh, yeah.
everybody for coming out. It's 4 o'clock. We had gotten a late start today, but I wanted to make sure we wrapped it up because I know my lovely partner in crime. She has to head off to another event. And me and Brandon were thinking about hanging out playing Temple of Elemental, but I got to be honest with you, I'm wiped. It was a rough 3 days in a row, and I'm pretty wiped out. So
I had a long day yesterday.
yeah,
Lots of drinking was involved.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go home and we're gonna relax, and we're going to think about what this mess is gonna look like in 2 weeks. Needless to say,
and then we
Jen.
have game tomorrow.
Needless to say, Jen, you have a 2-week homework assignment.
For what?
Well, as soon as they take your arm, you need to think about what class you want to be.
Nothing. I'm just gonna kill myself.
If you want to be a peasant, you can certainly be a peasant if you want to, but you're
I'm
about
gonna be
to
a
break
level.
your pact, so this should be very interesting.
I'll be a
Yeah,
level
you
9
become
commoner.
someone else. No, you become someone else.
Level 9
What else? do you wanna be?
commoner.
I mean,
So like
this is my
you have your
favorite
own
kind of
small
homework to give
business.
kids, for
like,
sure.
I can always put in a word with like you my godfather, and you can make a Fey pact.
Not with -5 to my charisma.
He might restore it. I don't know. He's fickle.
there might be a magic item out there that gives you like a 25 charisma.
Oh, I'm
All
looking
right,
at my
everybody, we'll
stats
be
here.
back
And I'm
here
like,
tomorrow night with Pike's Promise. Other than that,
Which Ches, you should totally come to.
I wish he would. I really did because he
You
would have
should.
so much fun.
You
But
should
like I
come.
always like to say, be kind, be safe, play a game. It's good
Play
for your
game.
channel.
Bye,
good.
guys.
Oh yeah, play
See
game.
y'all tomorrow night. Thanks for everybody for coming out. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye.
my charisma.
June is now uncharismatic.
I'm hideous now, mommy.
It'll never take away from Vince's charisma, to say the least. Hey, by the way, I know we're doing the ending, but everybody linger. Maybe let's see if we got anybody on right now we can raid.
No, I already
I
left.
haven't done that for a while. Let's see if there's
I
anyone
Hey, Raid.
available to.
I think
Hey,
I'm
Ray.
just gonna go to a battle master.
Ooh, that'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so I'm guessing I will have 12 to my charisma. Permanently now.
Yay, Raid.
Time Lord's wife.
Shit. Let me just go full paladin. Let me see who's gonna give me
Full
a
pally?
pack. Yeah. Who wants to give me a pack?
Ooh, full pally. That would be a lot of fun.
I promise to. Ooh, Oath of Vengeance.
Ooh, that'd be kind of nice with your background.